What's up, buddy?
Whoa.
Yeah, very nice.
No.
Of course, you guys know how we do here. We're going to be spending a full day with the phone, testing out all the new features like the dynamic island, brighter screen, battery life, and of course, the cameras. But we've got quite the day ahead of us, so let's see how the iPhone 14 Pro Max keeps up.
What's going on, guys? So, Austin just woke up. Gonna start off the day with getting him out of the crib. Morning, buddy. How's it going, bud?
Good.
Good? You ready for a day of school?
Yeah.
How about we get this day
Purple and blue.
purple and blue? You're right. What other colors you got in here? That's about it, really.
Pink.
And pink. You know what? You're better than me, buddy.
And we give Austin a little time to play around and get his energy out before breakfast. And this is when I jump on social media and catch up with a few emails that came in overnight. But once breakfast time hits, we are focused on making sure he finishes that plate. Now, what's nice about the 14 Pros is that you get that always on display, so I can stay engaged with him while still keeping an eye on things coming in. I personally like the always on display, but it does take some getting used to because it's so easy to think you left your phone on when you catch a glimpse of it through your peripherals. Also, privacy is something you're going to want to consider when you're using the feature. If you don't want anyone to potentially see your messages when you aren't around, make sure you have your notification preview set to anything other than always. And if you don't want to deal with any of that, you can always just completely turn off the feature. But for me personally, I like it and I plan on keeping it on. What was that, buddy? All right, Austin wants to hear Gracie's Corner, so let's get that going. Play ABC song by Gracie's Corner.
Now playing ABC song by Gracie's Corner on Apple Music.
I swear, this boy can be so demanding on his way to school, but we're good. You're good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I dropped my little guy off to school, and if you haven't had your dose of cuteness for the day, here it is. But now on to the studio. All right, guys, so this is my first time going straight to the studio after dropping Austin off from daycare. And you can see right here, the Maps app is using the always on display to give directions, even though my screen is technically off right now. But what's interesting though is that every time it gives you a new direction, the screen kind of turns on for a few seconds anyway. Now, I'm so curious if this even counts as it being off. When I check my battery and my screen on time, I feel like this should definitely count. But of course, we gotta grab some fuel before we get the workday started, and the New Yorker in me is completely energized when I start off with a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. And as I'm trying to outline what the rest of the day looks like, Ari interrupts with some cute videos of Austin, but we gotta get back on track. All right, guys, so now I figure we might as well talk about the actual phone, right? These new phones look very similar to last year.
Can you use the 13 Pro Max case on this one?
No, the camera bump is bigger this time around. So we got the 13 Pro over here. So the camera bump is just too big. So they don't really match up. Now, the other thing that's pretty different, the colors. So we got that space black over here. The other different color is deep purple. What's also nice about this space black is that no matter what case I throw it in, it's gonna match really well. It's gonna look really good, you know? Kind of matches the fit a little bit, you know? I'm trying to coordinate over here, Jay. But this is actually like my favorite case right now. That thing looks so cool. We've got the same experience as last year, but what's different now is this guy up top, and that's the dynamic island. Instead of leaving it as just a cutout in the screen, Apple decided to go ahead and, if we're gonna do the cutout thing, we'll make it interactive. We'll make it dynamic. You've probably seen, like if you play music or something, it'll show up over here, the album art, waveforms on the other side. So, you know, it's got that kind of stuff, but it's also like having a mini app on top of your whatever other app you want to use. So I got Twitter open, I can do this, and I'm like, oh, I want to skip to the next song or something. I can go ahead and do that. So you get to interact with like two apps at the same time. So it's dope. I'm a fan. I think Apple showed like having sports scores at the top. I'm not gonna use that until like the NBA season comes around when LeBron's playing. That's when I would probably use it. But for now, it's just nice to have in certain applications. One of my favorites is, you know, when you got the slider, you can have it on ring, You have it on silent. So now you got this nice little animation to let you know the current status of that. It's little cool things like that I think are a nice touch.
I'm looking forward to the message integration with the notification.
I don't know if we'll see that. Yeah, you probably just get a regular notification and they probably think that's enough.
I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah, Jay's like, I'm gonna put it on my wish list. Imagine if all notifications just kind of came in from over there. As of right now, notifications come in from right below it. But yeah, that could be cool to see it expand a bit. All right, let me hit up Dom to let him know we gotta shoot these AirPods B-roll.
You want to just call it?
I guess that makes sense too, Jay. Let me just call the guy. See, listen, it's 2022, man. Phone calls are a thing of the past, it feels like. Yo, Dom, let's shoot some B-roll on the rooftop.
All right, cool.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, Dom. While I've got you here, guys, check it out. So Dynamic Island also lets you see when you're on a phone call. So you can see how long you're actually on your call. And interestingly enough, on the right side, you have waveforms. So you see the orange waveforms right now? That's me talking. But Dom, if you can share a few words.
Can you see my me on the other side?
Yeah, I can see the green waveforms. And if we talk at the same time, Dom, we can see both of the waveforms. Dom, you gotta say more than yeah, man.
That's
words. Dom's a man of few words, so you won't get much out of his waveforms. Okay, so that's just a nice little touch. Like, who's thinking of that? Showing when you're speaking, when they're speaking. Hey, if you think you had it on mute and you see those waveforms going, then you know, hey, you done messed up. All right, Dom, let's meet up on the rooftop, man.
Cool.
All right, guys, so Dom's got me out here. Oh, we got a little cloud. There we go. He's got me out here in the blazing sun, you guys, getting some B-roll of the AirPods. If you wanna see if you should pick these up, I'll have the links down below in the description. But either way, oh shoot, it's one of those crazy bugs. It's like right here on this table. It's gonna come out in a second, I think. Maybe we could get a nice macro shot. All right, woo. Now when it comes to reviewing photos, especially in direct sunlight, you want your phone at max brightness. Luckily, the 14 Pros have a peak 2000 nit brightness, which is the most I've heard of on a smartphone. So let's see, can I see it? I mean, check it out, you guys. You can see this clear as day. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but check it out. I can see this very, very clearly. The way that 2000 nit peak brightness works, if you have a particularly dark screen, maybe you're using dark mode, what it does is it'll push all the content, the pixels that are actually lit to that 2000 nits. Because typically a dark screen is harder to see in direct sunlight. So that's kind of what it does. That's how you hit that 2000 peak brightness. But overall, this is a brighter screen compared to like the 13 Pro Max. But I do want to get back to this picture of this bug real quick. This macro shot is kind of nuts, Dom. This is a really tough lighting situation, not only because we have the sky peeking through in the middle, but this is under a table and we still got a ton of detail here. Oh, those things have some big eyes, man. Jeez. After getting some shots done though, I had to grab some food. You know, these work in progress muscles ain't gonna feed themselves. But when I eat is when I usually do my content consumption with my phone. The dynamic island is visible when watching full screen videos. It's one of those things you kind of get used to over time, or videos with a slightly wider aspect ratio. You know, like with content on this channel. But the standard 16:9 will look just fine though. I just hate that it had to be us. But this is also when I get my little mobile gaming sessions in, and as you'd expect with a newer, more powerful A16 Bionic chip in here, games were smooth. I really don't know what kind of activity you could throw at an iPhone these days that it can't handle unless the battery was just about to give out. If you are playing a game and you're running low on battery and it hits that 20% or 10%, I know you get very annoyed at that pop-up saying low battery, and that can sometimes cost you the game. You no longer have to worry about that here since it just pops up in the dynamic island and it goes away. For me, that's huge. All right, y'all, so we're about to shoot a video, back to school video. I mean, I know we're hitting the end of September, but you know, better late than never. We're doing back to school, back to office kind of thing. People are going back into the office, so yeah. Anyway, we're about to shoot that, but I wanted to do a quick battery check-in. We are It's almost 1 o'clock, 12:58, and we are at 65% left. All right, fellas, let's get on to this back to school video, you know? Let the people know before they get in there.
For the midterm.
For midterms. All right, so we finished up with shooting the back to school video, but now I've been meaning to catch up with my other Instagram page, UAC Gundam. You guys know I love me some Gundam. If you can't tell, I got figures everywhere. But I want to do a reel, and I figured why not test out the video capabilities of the 14 Pro Max and see if we can use that to create some good content. Now this one I got a while ago, but I never really got a chance to kind of post it to that page. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can capture some stuff here. It keeps trying to change the white balance because of the ring light. Let's actually change that. Oh, Jay, this remote doesn't work well here, right? All right. Oh, Jay got the technique down. Oh, yeah. I'll take this. There we go. I will say the white balance is like all over the place. Anywho, I need to go ahead and capture a little bit more. So here's something I've been noticing, you guys, with the 14 Pro Max. The minimum focus distance is greater than it used to be. And that's not a great thing for me anyway. This is a good example. Got this in the upcoming Massive Tech unboxing. And if I want to take a picture of this, normally I like to just take it from like right here. I can't get it to focus. I have to be about this far away in order to get a nice focus shot. And then I take my picture, but then it's not a close-up shot like I want. I could do the 2 times. I prefer to just have it at the 1. So this is Jay's 13 Pro Max, and look how close I can get that on the main lens. It's not something a lot of people are gonna complain about, but for me, it's a little annoying. Nobody asked me why I bought a Shadow the Hedgehog fake diamond chain thing.
Was that fake diamond?
Of course they're fake diamonds. You think I'm a rapper?
So with the 14 Pro, we got quite a few improvements to the cameras, and one of the biggest changes I noticed definitely comes from the new 48 megapixel wide angle lens. It's a bit wider than the 13 Pro, and it feels a bit sharper with more detail. You can also find more detail with that ultra wide angle lens. But if you really want to tap into that 48 megapixel lens, you'll have to jump into the raw setting on your camera, and you can get some really good shots here with a lot of flexibility to edit, but this is probably not a feature many will use if they aren't used to editing. I'm pretty happy with the quality of the shots that I've been getting from the lenses here, but I wouldn't say it's a massive improvement compared to the previous generation. It's definitely improved, don't get me wrong, but if you're looking for like earth-shattering changes, you probably won't find them here. I feel like it's the smaller details that got a major bump here. But when it comes to video, Apple has shown that it's been crushing it for a while, so it's no surprise that you'll get great video here as well. I'm also a fan of the smoother zoom transitions. It used to be a bit jarring to jump between lenses while shooting, but it definitely feels a lot smoother now. Either way, the cameras are great performers, and for me, someone who takes shots of people indoors, I feel like it handles skin tones and exposure very well. It's an upgrade, maybe not a massive one that you'll notice right away, but this is still easily going to be one of the best smartphone cameras to come out this year.
All right, guys, so now it is 4:30, and we've got like 34% left. I gotta head to the gym. As usual, your boy, I pack too much. My hands are crowded, this is every day. But fellas, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, peace.
All right, time to pump some iron. Get these measly arms going. All right, guys, so I was supposed to be going to the gym. That's not happening anymore. I just saw some crazy stuff in front of my garage. I don't even know if I'm in the right mindset to go to the gym, and I'm like super late, so I'm just going to squash the idea. I'm gonna head home, try to play with Austin, take my mind off what I just saw, and try to continue with this day. Austin, what's up, buddy?
Cooking.
What? You're cooking?
Yeah.
What are you cooking, bud?
A waffle.
Waffles?
Yeah.
Let's see what you got there. Okay, this is quite the kitchen you got here, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, is this your pot?
Yeah.
What are we adding to it? What's that?
Food.
That's food. And we've got some poppers. Is this your sous chef over here?
Yeah.
Hi, Cookie. Oh, all right, buddy.
Eat the other food.
Cookie's eating Austin's food? Okay. Wait. All right, those are pretty short clips, but let's see how they came out. Wow, it's like a gimbal almost.
The bees.
Bees?
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta watch out for those. Wow, that's actually really impressive. But this is impressive because while you're shooting it, it looks so shaky. But once you actually watch the video, looks good.
We pretty much called it a night after giving Austin his dinner and getting him down from bed, and I was pretty tired by the end of the day, and my phone was pretty much on its last leg by the time we were done, and I had to throw it on the charger around 8 p.m. It lasted me a full day of serious usage with lots of camera use, content consumption, FaceTime calls, and even GPS for a bit. I've personally been pretty happy with the overall battery that I've gotten out of the 14 Pro Max. On the day we shot the real day in the life, I think I got a total of 6 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time, and I've been averaging around 7, which to me is great. There's some nice quality of life and special features with the 14 Pro thanks to that dynamic island. I will say though, reaching the dynamic island is a lot easier with one hand on the 14 Pro versus the 14 Pro Max. With the Max, I definitely feel like it's going to be a lot easier to use with 2 hands. And with the overall performance of the cameras, not to mention all the new things that iOS 16 brings to the table, there's really little to complain about. With the addition of features like crash detection and emergency SOS via satellite, we've got some great and potentially life-saving additions here. Not to mention the brighter display and always on display that finally made its way here. There's lots to like here, but let me know what you guys think of the 14 Pro, and if you already own it, what's your experience been like? Sound off in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.